Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Drawing with the King. I am your host, the Toast King. Today, we're going to go over some basics, some basic concepts, some techniques you may use, what technology I use, and then we're going to teach you how to draw an Omniclopian, because an Omniclopian is near and dear to my heart. It's the first thing I ever drew, so maybe you guys will have a good time drawing it as well. So, to start off, you're going to need some sort of drawing interface. I use paint.net. You can get it for free on the internet, and it's very robust. You know, you've got all these effects, you've got all these adjustments. Oh, but the most important thing, layers. Layers are handy because you can draw stuff on the layer, and you can erase on the layer without affecting your background. So it's super handy for when you want to draw something and move it around. So it's much better than just straight MS Paint. So to start things off, we're going to be drawing this in a lineless style. Now you may be wondering what lineless is. Lineless is where you don't trace a line around things. It's hard to explain, so I'll just draw it out. Basically, if I draw two circles, here and here, they're not great, I fill this in. This is a lineless circle, and this is a lined circle. See how there's like a border around it? So like I can draw like a little, like a smiley face, and a smiley face. I use a lineless style because that's just kind of how I do it. But some of you may want to use a line style, and that's perfectly fine. So let's get going to the meat and bread of the video. This is why you're here, after all. You want to learn how to draw a gigantic eye with legs. It's super simple. So we have our scene here. We're going to zoom in a bit, and we're going to draw a circle. Just a circle, that's it. Now you can round out the circle. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time you draw it, okay? It's fine. This is a circle. Now I fill it in because I'm doing lineness. If you weren't doing lineness, you would draw the circle out of black, like so, and then fill it in. So now you have your circle. You want to switch to a black color. I use straight, like just solid matte black right here, and you want to get a thicker brush. So you take your thick-ish brush, draw two sticks. One here, and one here. Then you want to draw one here, and you want to draw one here. Okay, now this looks kind of ugly, right? But that's okay, we'll fix that. Go back to your white brush. Now you want to take your brush and you want to just kind of retrace the circle. You want to kind of restore the inside of the circle. We're going to try to do something here called perspective, which is to say some parts, i.e., this right arm here, are going to be hidden behind the Omniclopian himself. So we're just going to retrace the circle kind of around here like this, so that we know that the arm is still there, but it's hidden behind him. Alright, so there you go. Now, if you want to draw a face, the first thing I usually do is I project a grid onto the face, a plus. So I'll draw like a simple line here like this, and then a simple line like this. And right here in the center, this is where the eye is going to go. So, grab yourself your favorite color. I like lime green, honestly. And draw another circle. There you go. Now once you have your circle drawn, polish it out, make it pretty. And grab yourself some black. Take your black, zoom in a little bit, and put in the cornea. There you go. Now this is a little advanced, but if you take some white and you put it inside the black, you can add some shine to the eye, and it makes it look like anime or something. I don't know, people go for this stuff. So now what you want to do is you want to grab a red, and you want to go to your color replacer tool, that's R on the keyboard. And you want to just kind of replace the white, which is your secondary, with red, which will be your primary. So, kind of just draw some squiggle like that, then branch off those squiggles as they get nearer to the cornea. And done. Great. So, we've got something going here. but it looks a little plain. We're going to grab our black again, and we're going to get a kind of bigger circle than we use for the arms, and we're just going to put some ball on the hands. These are going to be kind of our pseudopod hands, you know? If you're feeling fancy, you can get kind of a smaller brush, and you can kind of add some fingers just by adding some sticks, you know? Just kind of add them down like that, and then, well, jet black hands are kind of hard to do, but you get the idea. I like to use just spheres because they're simple. Excuse me. Ooh, I've had too much to drink. Alright, so now you have your base Omniclopian, but he's a bit boring, you know. The Omniclopians you see in the comics have hats, so let's give him a hat. Let's give him a simple hat. So you want to get kind of a dark black, but not like jet black, because that'll blend in too well. So get about a 15 variance, or whatever it's called, value, that's what it is. I can't think straight. And you want to kind of draw a circle again. Note that the Omniclopian uses a lot of circles, and circles are fun. So you have a circle now, right? It's kind of like a halo, but it kind of goes down onto the eye. Now you just want to fill this in. Make sure to get all the little tiny bits here, and here, and there. Okay, so now you have like a pancake on the head, right? And you're thinking, well, this isn't a hat, this is a pancake. You're right, it is a pancake. So let's make a color that's a bit darker, but not jet black, like 10. And you want to draw, another circle inside of the pancake. Now you don't want to make a perfect circle, you just kind of want to make like an ellipses, because we're doing something called perspective, which helps you emulate depth. And when you're done with that, just fill it in. So now you have a pancake with a hole in it. Great. Now, at the edge of your little hole you've made, make 2 lines that go straight up. Great. Now, no, my lines aren't perfectly straight, and this is fine. You don't have to be perfect. No art is perfect. I mean, just look at a guy named Rothko. Rothko made art, but basically using the fill tool. And people loved it. He's a millionaire. So, your art can be whatever you want, and it's good. Anyways, back to the tutorial. So, we have our 2 lines, but it's kind of open. If we try to fill it, it's going to fill the entire background, and that's no bueno. So you want to get your lighter color again by pressing K and grabbing that color using the color picker tool. Go back to the brush by using B, and at the top of your lines here, draw a circle. And when you've done that circle, fill it in. Now, it's a bit misaligned, and that's okay, because at the edge of this circle, we can fix our lines. You can always go back and you can touch up things you don't like. I mean, it's not going to be perfect by any stretch of the measure, but it'll look fine enough. So now that you have your 2 lines here, you can go ahead and you can fill in this section. And now you have a base top hat. If you want to get fancy about it, you can grab a nice color like crimson, and you can kind of draw like a curved line like this to simulate a curvature of the hat, because this hat is round. So we're simulating the curvature of the hat by just drawing down a little bit and then drawing back up. When you're done with that, fill it in. Ta-da! Done! That is how we draw a simple Omniclopian. If you want to get fancy about it, you can, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. You can grab your shader. If you know how to shade, you can shade him a little bit. If you want to get really fancy, you can shade the hat, like that. And grab a little bit of this and paint it like that. And now you can go balls off the walls with it, But how simple or complex you make the art doesn't make it any good or any bad. So your art is ultimately your art, and it's good. It's good in my eyes, it's good in your eyes, and that's great. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop me a comment and let me know how this turned out for you. Maybe you should save your image, post in the comments, and show me. You know, bring your work up to the teacher. If you like this video, drop me a like, or drop me a favorite. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button and you won't miss a single thing I post. This one was a little slow, the next ones will go a bit faster, because we had to cover some basics in this one. So, excuse me if this one's a little lackluster. Anyways, I'll see you guys when I see you.